So we had another situation that was similar to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney situation, and I wanted to sit back and see how many people actually picked up on it. But the one situation I'm referring to is when Omar Chavez, the son of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., he was recently trying to have a fight last weekend, over the weekend in Mexico, and Marcel Rodriguez was also another opponent who was trying to get in the ring with him. And they had a situation where the weigh-ins just didn't uh, go right with Robert Garcia. He didn't like the second day weigh-in, coming in overweight. Now they made weight the first day when they weighed in. Everything else, official weigh-ins. It was a second day weigh-in that was in the contract. It was contracted allegedly. This is all allegedly, but it was contracted, and they didn't like him coming in way overweight. I mean, it was like, I think they was doing it by kilograms, and it might have been over 7, 8 kilograms. I don't know. It was pretty heavy. He gained a lot of weight, which happens in boxing. I mean, dudes be gaining like 20 pounds, 15 pounds, but he might have gained around close to that, 15, 20 probably, and Robert Garcia was like, that's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? We definitely can't go with that fight. He weighs too much. He's too big for the weight class. I can't put my fighter in there with that guy. He's going to end up getting destroyed. Let's try to work something else out. And Chavez was kind of upset with the whole situation, and there was a lot of back and forth between Robert Garcia and Chavez. Robert Garcia was just saying he didn't want to put his fighter in that position, with the risk that goes on in boxing, and safety is a concern and everything else. And gotta agree with him. You know, Robert Garcia is a very good trainer, very good fighter in the past, as well as Julio Cesar Chavez was a legend. But right now, I gotta agree with both guys. You're not gonna see it from both ends of the spectrum, because in one instance, the situation just happened recently with Ryan Garcia, and before we even knew about PEDs, we knew that he was overweight and that he wasn't really on the up and up in weigh-ins. And with a guy like Robert Garcia, he's basically said the same thing the whole time. Like the weight and the PEDs, it was just all terrible. So I'm in 1,000% support of what he's talking about, because Robert Garcia has been sticking to the script as far as he don't like that same type of thing either. Guys coming in way overweight in boxing, he's not talking about just the weigh-in, the second day weigh-in, which was something that was contracted already. So this was already learned ahead. Like, hey, if this is going to be this way, we're only going to take this fight based on this. So I guess they thought, allegedly, when they got in the situation, that it was going to be, well, you know, it's just a couple of pounds. You know, like how the Ryan Garcia situation was, or you can't really control it. I don't know how much that guy was eating, but the fight didn't go through. And that goes to show you that weight is dangerous. Not just the PEDs, but think about the PEDs with the weight. But just being overweight is dangerous in boxing. You can lose a life in boxing by just being overweight, because certain guys don't have that kind of threshold with certain people at a certain weight. It just doesn't happen. You naturally get that over time. It's just like a lightweight trying to jump in there with a heavyweight. You just don't have the bone structure or anything to kind of withstand a lot of the impact. And in this fight right here, it just shows that another situation like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. It's another situation. A weight issue is very dangerous, and it caused. But in Devin Haney's situation, he didn't cancel the fight. He went along with the fight, and he didn't replace the opponent. Oscar De La Hoya them gave him the option to replace the opponent as far as Barbosa. He could have went with Arnold Barbosa, but instead of messing up the event and causing them mayhem, he just kept the event together. He, like a real promoter does, and he went along with everything. And it comes to find out, it backfired because everyone else didn't have the integrity that he had. And now you see how things went. But in this situation, they played it smart. They said, hey, we're not going to go with the fight if it's not on the up and up. If everything is not the way they say it is, it's not the weight we're talking about, we're going to move on. And that's what Robert Garcia did. And that was a good decision. But also, when you look at the whole event, when you don't have an event, you have a whole bunch of people trying to attend and set up an event, and it doesn't happen. It hurts a lot of people. People took time out in their day. And it just hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's not really easy to find support. And then when you do get support, if you have fights canceled, it hurts. But that's the risk you take.